Twitter community empowers poor mother of 7 whose children feed on raw leaves in Katsina. A group of Twitter users in Nigeria has taken it upon themselves to empower a woman, Sadia, whose children are seen in the video eating raw leaves. Sadia and her 7 children were displaced from their community due to the activities of bandits in Mabai in the Kankara local government area of Katsina State. A source noted that when Sadia's business became shattered due to the activities of bandits, she and her 7 children resorted in eating raw leaves to support their hunger. The lack of food and poor health care have made the elder son of Sadia develop a chronic liver problem, it was learned. And for over a month, her 8-month-old baby has been battling measles without taking a single medication. However, Sadia got empowered with a sum of 40,000 naira to start a business at the Mambai's internally displaced persons camp and different varieties of food items to sustain herself and family. The urgent support became a reality after a Twitter user at JMB000 posted a short video clip of where Sadia and her children were eating raw leaves on a farm. The video, however, drew the attention of some generous individuals to their plight, and they came to the assistance of the family. While expressing happiness over the kind gesture, Sadia joyously danced and appreciated those who contributed towards the kind gesture. That is absolutely very, very nice. Again, I think this just highlights the community that Nigerians have. I think that to a very large extent, because of how the government, again, because of how leadership is at the top, it does trickle down in terms of our attitudes towards each other. And sometimes we can be very selfish, but that's as a result of, self-care and, trying to survive. But again, it's like Nigerians can really come together and decide to do something. And I think this is really nice to see, to constantly remind ourselves that really sometimes when we choose and we are intentional about being nice to each other and actually being a community, it works. And we realize that, what, we have the power to not be the problem and take responsibility for our own actions because we make choices. And of course, it just really, highlights the fact that, what, we as a people, Nigerians, we are very caring, and when it comes to it, we are looking out for each other. It's just the way the situation is and circumstances in the country and the way the rules of the jungle works. You have to be self-sufficient, you have to be selfish, or else you will be eaten alive. That's just how it works. I mean, you might have your reservations about not partaking in certain things. However, situations would hit you where you have no choice but to partake in what, you don't feel right to partake in. That is what it is. And I think highlighting this sort of just takes away from the fact that, what, sometimes we are not the problem. And sometimes, because of how we are, we can then hold the government responsible because, again, we can really hold our own. Nigerians have been holding their own. I mean, we provide lights for ourselves, provide roads, and even with that, we also put the name of the country on a world map in terms of entertainment and music and, and film and all that. And we generate so much revenue, and it's just a lot that Nigerians, we do for ourselves. We're so self-sufficient. It has made the government really lazy, and we're now so self-sufficient where they don't really care. And now the next level of our sufficiency is the fact that we are going to have to start providing security for ourselves, which, yeah, is a whole other issue. But this just shows where it is. It's just very confusing because, again, it's like there's so many traits that we have that we used to support each other, but then we also used to tear each other down unintentionally, to be very honest. I mean, that's just what I really think. Let's look at the comment section. Someone here says, take it to his family he failed, teach him how to be a good and responsible father. That is also another conversation that people may have. What if the man is dead? What should she do then? I also think with this view of having children without protection, again, we understand that education ties into all of these things, and understanding that you don't really have to be giving birth to children back to back, especially when you're not financially stable enough to take care of them. And these are the issues that bother, especially in the not northern. Actually, let me say northern. I think the whole of Nigeria, to be honest. I'll say overproduction of babies. harsh and as mechanic as it sounds, that's just really what it is. I think the education has to accommodate and the resources as well that is needed. I mean, to be honest, with our culture, yes, it is ingrained, and we already know that having a lot of children is part of the culture. But again, I don't know. I don't know. It's not really something that sh- should be done in when you're not able to take care of them, especially in a country where the government does not even take responsibility for the fact that they have to take care of these children. In some other countries, the your children is also the government's children. If you look at the UK, oof, when it comes to safety measures, hazards, oh my days, and security service, social services, if you are mistreating your child, the government will take over, and they take that very seriously. So again, it's not like as if you're in a country where you can fall on the government to take over your responsibility, because again, with this community that we have that has just been displayed here of empowering this woman, if the government did their job, our taxes would be the community that is needed, and how funds can be transferred to cases like this where there's actually actual need for a change like this. Okay. Someone says, you mean the one that Buhari banned? Well, I'd be like Twitter empowering poor mother who's okay, cool. Somebody says Twitter must be careful. The North jubilated when Twitter was banned in Nigeria. Listen, when we say the North, let's even make it clear. When we say the North, I personally mean the elite. I am talking Sheikh Gumi. I'm talking some politicians there. I'm also talking Amadou Gaba. I'm talking about these people that are the elite, and for some reason they've now put themselves as we are the North. We speak for the North. And I think that the North they're not even speaking for themselves because they're going through a whole lot. So I don't even think they're speaking at all, to be very honest. Because I don't know what the mentality is. I guess it has to do with more understanding of how their mind works and all that. But you really think what they're going through, they will have the energy and the time to be jubilating over Twitter ban. I mean, to be honest, if you have little understanding of how the culture works like I do, I'm not really sure, because again, there are just some factions. Again, the North is very, very big, okay? Like, these people they are populous, okay? So again, it's like a majority of them are not in positions where they have to start celebrating or even know what is going on in the internet. Respectfully, it just is what it is, like that. So yeah, that's really it. So yeah, a lot of things are happening. Of course, this news, of course, Twitter community empowering this woman specifically with 7 children is absolutely fantastic. We know we can do this. We know that we're very good people. The NSAS process really proved that with the feminist coalition. They were fantastic. I think in like a week, Nigerians in Lagos and around that area, I think they raised about almost like 60 million naira to host the protest, especially even for the poor on the streets. They ate a lot. It was a whole new coming together. That is what it is. Put what you think about this in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.